I'm having a second cup of coffee today. I usually only have one cup a day, but today I feel like I need an extra caffeine hit. So hopefully it'll kick in soon. Kick in. Do you remember the meaning of this phrasal verb? I talked about it in a previous video. I'll put a link to that video at the end of this one, and I'll also put a link down in the description box below. I have another listening practice video for you today, and I chose today's listening practice because he says a few things that I've talked about in previous videos. So that's a hint for you. Today's listening practice will sort of be like a review. See if you can hear words and phrases today that we've talked about in previous videos. Do you remember what they mean and how they were used in those other videos? And I also have 2 questions for you today. Where is he going and how long is he going for? I'll play the file for you 4 times as per usual, the first time at normal speed, the second and third times at a slightly slower speed, and then one more time at the normal speed again. And then afterwards we can talk about a few things that he says today. Okay, let's go.
I've been so busy when I got back, uni and stuff, had to catch up on. I'm going camping for 3 days with my mates for a uni project, so basically it's just going to be a piss up. So I'll have some funny stories to tell you. I've been so busy when I got back, uni and stuff, had to catch up on. I'm going camping for 3 days with my mates for a uni project, so basically it's just going to be a piss up. So I'll have some funny stories to tell you. I've been so busy when I got back, uni and stuff, had to catch up on. I'm going camping for 3 days with my mates for a uni project, so basically it's just going to be a piss up. So I'll have some funny stories to tell you. I've been so busy when I got back, uni and stuff, had to catch up on. I'm going camping for 3 days with my mates for a uni project, so basically it's just going to be a piss up. So I'll have some funny stories to tell you.
I've been so busy when I got back, uni and stuff I had to catch up on. I'm going camping for 3 days with my mates for a uni project, so basically it's just going to be a piss up. So I'll have some funny stories to tell you. Now let's talk about a few things that he said. His first sentence was, I've been so busy when I got back, uni and stuff I had to catch up on.
I've been so busy when I got back, uni and stuff, had to catch up on.
Uni. This is just short for university. This is one of the things that I've talked about in previous videos. University is shortened to uni very often because university is just too long and takes too much effort to say. And also uni just feels more casual. So if you live in Australia, listen out for this, especially if students are talking. Students tend to be younger, and so they tend to speak more casually. So they will use uni a lot. I used uni a lot when I was at uni.
I've been so busy when I got back, uni and stuff, had to catch up on.
And stuff. This is another word that I've talked about before. It's one of those words that's used quite often because it can be used in a few different ways. It can be used as a noun or as a verb. Here, it's being used as a noun to mean a lot of different things. It's just a more casual way of saying it. So if you can say things in a sentence, then most of the time you can probably also say stuff. There's stuff in this textbook that I don't understand. There are things in this textbook that I don't understand. I found all this stuff under my bed when I was cleaning my room yesterday. I found all these things under my bed when I was cleaning my room yesterday. And notice that I said there is stuff and this stuff, but there are things and these things. Stuff is uncountable, so you can't say there are stuffs or these stuffs.
I've been so busy when I got back, uni and stuff, had to catch up on.
And to catch up. This phrasal verb, like a lot of phrasal verbs, this phrasal verb has a few different meanings. Here, he said to catch up on something, which means to do something that you should have done earlier or could have done earlier, but you didn't. For example, if you've been procrastinating, so you've been saying things like, oh, I'll do it later or I'll do it tomorrow. So you haven't been doing any work, you're procrastinating. So if you've been procrastinating, you haven't been doing any work, you might say things like, oh, I have to catch up on my reading, or I have a ton of homework to catch up on. Or if you've been sick or you've been busy doing other things, so you haven't been able to do the work, then you can use this too. I just got back from Hawaii. Wouldn't that be nice? So now I have all this work to catch up on. I've had all these assignments to do and I've actually been working on them, so I haven't been able to watch my favorite show. So now I have to catch up on all these episodes that I've missed.
I've been so busy when I got back, uni and stuff, had to catch up on.
Okay, the first part of his next sentence was, I'm going camping for 3 days with my mates.
I'm going camping for 3 days with my mates.
Mate. This is another word that I've talked about in previous videos, and it just means friend. And you'll hear this used a lot in Australia, even when strangers are talking to one another, because mate can also make your sentence sound friendlier. Do you have the time, mate? Hey, mate, got a light? And a light is just another way of saying a cigarette lighter. Now, men tend to say this more than women do, but you'll still hear women say this. Here, he's going camping for 3 days with his mates, with his friends.
I'm going camping for 3 days with my mates.
So what are the answers to my 2 questions today? Where is he going and how long is he going for? He's going camping with his friends for 3 days.
I'm going camping for 3 days with my mates.
Okay, let's listen to the rest of that sentence. I'm going camping for 3 days with my mates for a uni project. So basically, it's just going to be a piss up.
I'm going camping for 3 days with my mates for a uni project. So basically, it's just going to be a piss up.
Basically, this is another word that I've talked about before. I told you we're going to be reviewing a lot of things today. This adverb is used to tell you that I'm only going to tell you the most important thing. I'm not going to tell you all the little details. I basically spent the whole day in meetings. I'm not going to tell you everything that I did at work today, but the most important thing about my day that I want to tell you is that I had a lot of meetings today. What did I do on the weekend? I slept, watched TV, slept some more, ate, scrolled through social media on my phone, ate some more. So basically, I did nothing. So I just told you a lot of things that I did on the weekend, but I summarized it to tell you the most important thing about my weekend, and that is I did nothing. Well, I didn't do anything productive. I didn't do anything useful or good, like I didn't clean the house or read a book or do my homework or my assignment. So basically, I did nothing. Here, he's telling us what he thinks they will basically be doing on this camping trip.
Basically, it's just going to be a piss up.
A piss up is a party or some other event where people drink a lot of alcohol and probably wake up with a hangover the next morning. And in Australia, this means almost every event. And as you can imagine, young people will go to a lot of these events, especially when they're at uni, like the guy in today's listening practice. Now, there are a few things that can sound quite rude to some people, and this is one of them. So just be careful if you want to use this, because, like I said, some people can find this quite rude. So I would not use this at work or in formal situations. This is really just used when you're talking to friends. Here, he's expecting this camping trip to be one big piss up. So even though they'll probably be doing other things, like working on their uni project, he thinks that the main thing that they'll be doing on this trip is drinking alcohol.
I'm going camping for 3 days with my mates for a uni project. So basically, it's just going to be a piss up.
We reviewed some words today that we've come across before, and we learnt a few new things as well. So please give this video a thumbs up if you found it useful. I would really appreciate it. Let's listen to him one more time at the normal speed.
I've been so busy when I got back, uni and stuff, had to catch up on. I'm going camping for 3 days with my mates for a uni project. So basically, it's just going to be a piss up. So I'll have some funny stories to tell you.
Thank you for watching today, and like I said at the beginning of this video, here is a link to the video that I was talking about earlier. I'll see you in that video. Do you have the time, mate? I know, I have a watch. I'm just giving you an example here. Maybe I should take my watch off. I'm going to take my watch off just so that the example seems a bit more authentic.